Hey everybody, welcome back to microbeerreviews.com. We have a very unique, rare beer for us on the East Coast. Might not be for you guys on the West Coast to review with you guys tonight. This is a seasonal, they call it seasonal release from the Ninkasi Brewing Company, which on the East Coast we don't ever see. It's out of Eugene, Oregon. So you West Coasters might know a lot about this brewery and this beer, but I got this one bottle brought back to me literally as it was being carried through the airport, stuffed in a ski boot. So what this is, they call it, this is a great name, it's called Sleigh'r. It reminds me of like the hairband days, Sleigh'r, Rock Out. It's a dark double alt ale. It's got a cool label of Santa Claus whooping it up with some reindeer. Like I told you, Ninkasi is out of Oregon, and I don't know a whole lot about them, but what's neat about this beer, I think, there's kind of two things. I've been told this is their cap, for the most part, that nice N on the top, and they clearly have some creative labeling. It's called a malty delicious ale, brewed for the winter season. They say it's an alt ale that ferments with ale yeast at colder lager temperatures. This effect gives the alt a more refined, crisp, lager-like flavor than traditional ales. The double alt means that it has been Ninkasified. I think that's great. Regular alts are 5 to 5.5% and 40 IBUs. Sleigh'r has a deep toasted malt flavor that finishes dry and has 7.2% alcohol, 50 IBUs, keeping it in a perfect alt balance. Started this bad boy back in 2009. It comes in 12-ounce bottles, 22-ounce bottles, and on draft. It has one hop. It's got nugget hops, 2-row pale malts, crystal malts, Munich malts, Carhella malts, never heard of that, roasted barley, and chocolate malt. Smells pretty malty, should be. It looks not as black as I would have expected. Definitely has a little bit of a spill there. That's alcohol abuse. A little bit of a red tint to it. Nice, fairly thick head on it. Caramel in color. Very chocolatey, much more chocolatey than I would have thought it, and very roasted. It's pretty good. You can definitely tell it's a little bit higher alcohol content. That alt flavor that they're talking about is a little bit more of a kind of a stronger malt flavor, but it definitely has quite a bit of what I would call the roasted chocolate palate to it. It's really easy to drink. It doesn't bite you in any way. It's pretty good. They say they recommend it with beef, lamb, duck, steamed shellfish, strong cheeses, and chocolate torts. The other cool thing about this says, in the Ninkasi Brewing Company, the ancient Sumerians worshipped the beer they made and praised the goddess Ninkasi for the miracle of fermentation. Beer is the staple of civilization. I have never, ever read that before. That goddess Ninkasi is the miracle of fermentation. This is a good beer. It's easy to drink. It's kind of thin. It definitely has that real malty flavor that you would expect from an alt beer. It's got a nice head. Definitely laces glass a little bit. Definitely is malty and somewhat chocolatey and kind of that roasted, almost I almost call it, you know how when you go down like the street and you can smell campfires burning and chestnuts roasting on an open fire, as the song says. Kind of reminds me of that. It's a good beer. It's not bad at all. It's got a nice, unique flavor to it. Killer label. Let us know if you've tried Sleigh'r from the Ninkasi Brewing Company out of Eugene, Oregon. Please leave us some comments on our YouTube channel and our website. And you can follow us on Facebook, on Twitter. We upload all the time. Most importantly,